Hello and welcome. That's right, hello and welcome. Back to the Narrative Off the Cuff with Elite News and Darryl Blair. Wow, it has been quite some time since we've been on the air and we've come to you with little notes and ideas about what goes on in our society and with our culture. I'm immensely grateful for the hiatus. It gives me an opportunity to take a purview and have reflections on things that have taken place in our society since I've last posted with you guys. I'm not going to be long, but I'm going to be quick to get into it. I want to talk about some things that are very prevalent in our society right now. You may think it may not apply to you or whatnot, but yes, it does. When policies and procedures and legislation takes place and it begins to affect what you got going on, you certainly better start paying attention, because it is evidently clear, yes, evidently clear, that if you are not in the position or in the mind to remember and reflect on know your history, we're doomed to repeat it. And that is what is happening. We are going through the same things in this day and age that our forefathers and whatnot went through in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, with the civil rights movement and the whole 9 yards. We're constantly being pushed back, and you're simply driving great cars and think you're living a great life by not being involved. So let's start talking about it. For those parents who've got kids who are athletically gifted and have the ability to draw people, the University of Texas, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and all of the state carried institutions have taken to war with minorities. Yes, with minorities. It's called DEI, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. They've removed all those departments in our community, but they have yet to let up on scholarships, and that's understandable because they want to be able to fill those seats in those stadiums, whether it's basketball, football, track and field, or whatever. You better start recognizing your value. It's just like the professional football players who go and assess their value and come back out to the market and say, well, I just won't play for you if you're not going to pay me this given amount of money. What they've tried to do is balance it with NIL. NIL is going to happen because of Caucasian athletes. It didn't happen because of black athletes. But I can assure you that if the black athletes started doing what Dion and Travis Hunter put in place by virtue of bringing a top-ranked athlete, football player in Travis Hunter to Jackson State, a HBCU, with paltry facilities that they had to go in and build up before they could build a program up. He set a precedence, and it woke society up in terms of the NCAA saying, hey, we can't just offer these kids TV contracts and big stadiums and all this no more, because they can go get the same TV contracts and whatnot with HBCUs. That's what we're getting now. It's equality. But what they've done is they went to administration. They'll make you inclusive in athletics, but academics and administration, they're beginning to remove that. And so what you need to do as parents, be very vetting of those universities that you're getting ready to send your kids to. They can go there as athletes, but they can't go there and work as administrators. They can't go there and be students who have the same access to education as Caucasian students, those Caucasian students who are legacies. I want you to think about that and process that and do your due diligence on it. I'm going to give you that little tidbit. Now I'm going to move to another issue. For those individuals who are receiving food stamps, Medicare, and all of these other program offers from the government, if you don't get politically involved by virtue of your vote and understanding what's going on before you, then you can recognize that Section 8, your housing, your health, your food stamps, and all that kind of stuff out the window. That's what they're circling to do. They have made a grand grab on what it is with programs and social programs. And I do want to tell you that I'm so sick of social programs for African Americans. What we need is economic inclusion, economic parity. That's what we need. And then we need that by virtue of sweat equity and productivity. That's what you bring to the table and what you produce. That's what we need to have. But while you're on those government assistance programs and those government subsidies, what I want you to understand is they're going to be gone soon. You can sit out here and parlay all you want to. You can kick it all you want to while you're second and third generation off into welfare system, grandmama live right here, mama live right here, and you live right here, all on Section 8, you better get up and get off of it, or you better find a way to get engaged and understand and represent what it is that best represents you, or that keeps you sustained, because they're going to remove it. You better get politically involved, and you better become astute. That's with your vote. I can't believe the number of people who are on government assistance and don't go vote. You have to be able to guard the very thing that provides for you. Pay attention now, come on, that's what it is. I want you all to understand that where we are today in society is far, far, far less than where we should be. We've made great strides. The African American people have overcome a great number of things. Every time they put an obstacle up for us, we've overcome it. The first obstacle was enslavement. Upon our emancipation, we were able to overcome that. Look at the great strides we've made. What I don't like is for us to single out one individual in the African American community who's a millionaire, who was an influencer, and make them the spokesperson for black folks. We are too diverse as a people to have one person to be a spokesperson. We don't need white folks identifying that for us. No, we don't. Which leads me to this section before I get to my close. Throughout the civil rights movement and throughout Black Lives Matter and all of those things take place, go back and look at the forefront and the fighters on the forefront. I don't remember Palestinians taking a narrative on what was going on with us. Negroes won't even go fight right now. Go protest Capitol Hill with what Republicans are doing. Go protest that. Our Jewish friends, our Israeli friends have been friends to us since the beginning of our fight and our plight. They've stood on the war lines with us, the picket lines with us. They've funded. They've done everything that could possibly be asked to not be a part of our culture, but be a part of our culture. My Jewish friends, I apologize to you for what is taking place over in the Gaza Strip with blacks taking a position on Palestinian issues over in the Gaza Strip. I know if I'm out in the streets, somebody come and hit me, I'm gonna hit them back, and I'm gonna leverage my punch with everything I got. How can you fault Israel for going to fight Hamas over in the Gaza Strip with everything they got? If they're using those people for cover, get out the damn way. Show them up. You're hiding them. It's just like with Vietnam, one of the old war veterans told me. You didn't know if that kid right there had bombs or if he was covering or doing reconnaissance work for the Vietnamese. And yet, so you had to be kind to him, and that was very one who's getting ready to take your life or your whole platoon's life. Same thing over there in Gaza, the Hamas. They're hiding behind regular citizens. If you're a regular citizen, get the hell out of there. Don't give cover. And then you still got to vet the individuals that you're letting through. My heart goes out. I can't understand why black folks are on the forefront of a picket and protest for Palestine. Help me understand. I'm not being a bigot. I'm just trying to get an understanding of what it is I'm seeing. You don't even fight for your own damn cause. Get an understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and what you stand on. Have a premise. And finally, talking about celebrating your own and recognizing your own, Juneteenth is upon us. Yes, that's right. Juneteenth is upon us. June 15th and June 19th are two pivotal days in our life and in our history. William Granger showed up down there in Galveston with the Emancipation Proclamation 2 years later. Negroes in Texas were still plowing fields and working as slaves, while others were running free because we didn't have what we have now with all of the technology and the communication devices. So then we were able to celebrate. What I don't understand is the Negro who goes to celebrate Veterans Day and 4th of July before they celebrate Juneteenth, the emancipation of the Negro people in this country. Well, since you want to do that, June 15th, I apologize, June 15th will be at William Blair Jr. Park. But before you get to the park, you got to march. That's right, we're starting at Lincoln High School. We're going to line up at 1 p.m. at Lincoln High School, and we're going to proceed at 2 p.m. into William Blair Jr. Park so that we can break out in the 4th annual Juneteenth Festival. That's right. We're going to have a wonderful time. We got a fishing competition for kids ages 6 through 12 at the William Blair Lake. They're going to, fishing competition. We're giving 3 categories, prizes for biggest fish caught, most fish caught. That's right. Then we got a stage that opens up at 4 p.m. with the festival. We got food and vendors and the whole 9 yards. People out there hawking their wares. I'm asking you that when you come, bring your chairs, bring your tents. There's plenty of room in the park. Come out here and celebrate responsibly. We're going to have a wonderful time. From 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Stage is going live all the way. All the way. We got soulful sounds. We got In the Key of M band. We got Intense. That's right. That's some of my favorites. Then we have some jazz artists that's going to come out and play. The stage will evolve constantly. And then the stage will close out that day with Zillionaire Doe, Seventh the Great, and you can't help but notice Big Tuck's going to be in the house, or better yet, in the park. It's going to be packed, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be festive for the family. That's right. Come out there and be responsible with your actions and your conduct. Then on June 19th, we're pretty full. We're good. I'm not asking for golfers to call and register. We are full. We are full. I got a few select spots that we're holding for some celebrities, but that is it. But you can come out there and be in the gallery like y'all have done before at the 24th annual William Jordan Blair Memorial Juneteenth Golf Classic, June 19th, Wednesday, June 19th, Golf Club of Irving. Boy, it's going to be fun. We got plenty out there for you. Good, great bag stuffers. We got that fish going all day long. We're going to add a little something to it, some boudin balls that's going to be fried. And you just keep getting that as you're on the course. We're not paying for it. You're just going to eat it. And so I want you to be reminded that if you forget your history, you're doomed to repeat it. The tragedy is we're talking about you learning your cultural history when some of these kids and some of these families don't know their family history. You better get aware, you better become aware, and you better know. So until next time, you know what I want you to do? Get it on your mind. God bless and God keep from the Elite News and the Blair Foundation.